Okay, so how are you doing this bare root method of packing your peppers for overwintering? Well, I'm going to show you how I have figured out I'm going to do it, and this is an experiment. We'll see if it ends up working. So you see I've got a piece of the brown grocery bag, cut it out in a square, and then I've got the root sitting there. So I've been taking the root, folding it up about that far. Got my soil mixture. Put my soil mixture in. Lay the root in it. Take another little shovelful. Add that around the roots. This mixture has already had water mixed in with it. Not a lot, but it'll hold shape. It has that much in there. You don't really want it to be super wet because you are trying to make plants go dormant. So you're not trying to get them to grow. You're just trying to get them to be able to still make it through seed, not dry out. You want them to be somewhat moist, but you don't want your plant growing on you. That's really not what you're looking for. So after you get that, I go ahead and I fold it up. Hope you guys can see this. And I take and wrap it. Wrap it again. So I've got a nice little envelope there with the soil and the root. I take one of those gallon bags, put that in, take a twist tie, put the twist tie around it, got it twisted in there, and then I'm taking piece of masking tape, put that on there, label it, very important, mini sweets. These I grew from seed about 3 years ago. I kept a pepper that we really liked and decided to grow it, and this year I actually had them turn out really nice, so I wanted to keep them. So I have the mini sweets, and that's how I'm going to try to overwinter these inside these bags. I don't know if that'll work, but that's what I'm going to try. So how are you putting these in the can to overwinter? What I'm doing, I put some little piece of the grocery bag in the bottom there. And then I put some soil, and then the roots, you want to make sure those fit in there nice. So you're just making sure that the roots are all in there. Get that nice and centered. And get all your roots down. I do have it about, I guess, 1.5 inches, maybe 2 inches below what it was when it was in the ground. And then all I'm going to do is just fill it up to the top there, or almost to the top, probably about a 1/2 inch from the top, and just keep filling it around. That way the roots are covered. The soil's been moistened ahead of time. One of the things I have been doing, even with the ones that I've been bare rooting, is I do take some of that hydrogen peroxide water solution and just give it a squirt. You can't hurt anything. It's going to oxygenate the roots, and then it's also going to keep any bugs or anything that might have been in this soil that I bought from the store. You never know if things are going to come over in that mold or whatever when they made it. So you can put some of that in there too and kind of kill off anything that might be in the soil. Maybe just another little bit there. Give it a nice tamp down and push it in around the roots. You want that kind of firm. Doing that. That created a lot more space. I think this method uses a lot more soil than the bare root method. I don't know which one's going to work better, so I did get a big bag of soil, so that's good. Shouldn't run out. Okay, so that should be good. And then, like I said, I just finished giving it a squirt with that hydrogen peroxide solution. Again, make sure that you label. That's very important, because otherwise you're going to forget what you have in what containers, and you're not going to know what you overwintered. So get your label on there, and that's going to go into a just cool area so that it can sit out the winter. I'm not trying to get it to grow or anything. That's how it's going to stay, and I'll just check it, make sure it's not drying out too much. They do say you can add water about once a month. You can just pour some water in there, nothing to saturate it, just to keep it moist. You don't really want your plant growing until the spring. All you're doing is putting it into hibernation. So, like I said, the soil has water in it already. Gave it a little squirt. That should be good. Ready to overwinter.